What's up, witches? Welcome back to my channel. I am now Martha Stewart. If you were here before, you saw when I was the goth Martha Stewart. Been some issues with the name, so we had to change it, but that's okay. Here we are. Today, we are going to be making a centerpiece for my Victoria Mourning party. So what we're gonna do is do like a Victorian mourning tea party. And what are we mourning? Well, I'm gonna share something with you guys. I applied for my dream job and I did not get it. It was pretty devastating. And I could cry, I could be really upset, but instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a Victorian era mourning tea party to mourn the life I thought I was going to have. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I have a teapot here, just got it from the thrift store and painted it black, just a nice matte black. I went to Walmart and spent 20 bucks on just the clearance stuff that they had. So we're gonna make this and then we're gonna put this into a tablescape for our Victorian mourning tea party. So what we have here is I went with some flowers, I went with some foliage. What I'm gonna start with is our biggest piece, and that is gonna kind of set the tone for where everything else is going to go. So I found this very cool, we almost can't see me now, this very cool like dark purple sort of mauve looking plant, and we're gonna just start by putting that in. Now normally, would I be doing gardening inside? No. Normally, I'd be doing it outside. But let me tell you something about what the outside in my neck of the woods is like. It's over 100 degrees. I usually say it's a million degrees, but it's not quite that much, but it feels like that much. So we're going to do it inside just so that we don't sweat our butt off. Check these out. Look at this cool dark purple. It's got a little pattern on it. I love this. I think this is very cool. Walmart had a sale, so I am going to capitalize on that and bought a million things. Back to the million. Bought a ton of things. So we don't need as much dirt from this because we took a lot of dirt from the other thing. So the reason I've done this kind of funny little party as a way to mourn the life I thought I was going to have, is because I could just be sad. But instead, I decided to start a YouTube channel to give me something else to focus on. I've been planning events for 10 years. And I really thought this job that I applied for I was going to get. And obviously, as I've given you the ending already, I didn't get it. And it really upset me. But the thing I notice on social media is a lot is about how people look. And yes, I love aesthetics and I think they're fun, but I wanted to do something that focuses more on community. And for me, that's what events are. Events are focusing on creating a community, doing things for your friends, being selfless. Because what do I get out of an event? Just get to hang out with my friends. I get to create connection with people, and I really love that. So that's why it's really important to me to create a channel like this where people see that community is still really important, at least for some of us, right? So I hope you guys are enjoying the content that I'm making for you because I'm having a lot of fun making it. So, all right, we've got some funky flowers here. They're kind of like a dark purple. One of them is even like a split purple and like pink fuchsia almost. So I definitely want to get that in there because that one looks really cool. I prefer planted flowers to cut flowers because I just think there's more longevity. And because it's really hot, I want to be able to do this a couple days early and keep it. So that's what I'm doing. So we're going to kind of take out as many flowers as we can find here. Here we go. Here's our split guy. I'll show this to you in a second. Now, a mourning tea party would have been a way to mourn somebody who passed away. Thankfully, I haven't had anyone pass away in recent times. Check out this super cool double flower here. Oh no, we lost one of our flowers. That's pretty sad. That's all right. That's all right. Okay, so we're gonna add this guy in here. If we're lucky, by the time we have this party, more flowers will have sprouted. We will see. All right, so I've got a couple more flowers over here. I just want to stick in here, maybe in the back. It's just about playing around with sizing and dimension. Nothing ever has to be perfect. This is just a fun thing I'm doing with friends where they're coming for high tea and so that we can be sad together about the job I thought I was going to get. Okay. So far, I'm really liking this. But I also got these red leaves. But I don't know if these are going to fit. I'm kind of leaning heavily into the dark purples here. So I might leave these guys out and use them for something else. So just the final touches on this, what we're going to do is I have some moss here, and I'm going to put moss on the base. That way you don't see the dirt, you just see the moss. I find moss fairly whimsical, and so it's something that I like to add in whenever I can. Here is our centerpiece. How cool is this? I guess the next thing we have to do is brave the heat and put it on the tablescape. So when creating a tablescape, you really want to make sure that you have functionality as well as aesthetics. So if you're completely covering your table with fun stuff, you're not going to be able to fit your food on here. So we're just going to go through the aesthetics of it. We'll do food another time. We're just going to add a little table runner. I like to buy my material from a secondhand store. Just, it feels like the world has enough waste, so we don't ever really need to buy things brand new. Now we're going to set our very fun centerpiece directly in the center and a couple other add-ons. And there you have it. This is our tablescape for our Victorian era morning tea party. Make sure to follow, subscribe, click that like button, comment for other kinds of things you want to see, and follow along because the next video is going to be the menu for this party. I'm Martha Stewart, and this was how to create a tablescape.